Marquetta Frost,
And I'm Cressy Vargo.
and we would like to welcome you to the Martin Luther King Community Celebration.
Tonight's program is generously sponsored by the Michigan Community Service Commission.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the program. Tonight, we have a host for you that's going to tell you all about the program tonight, and his name is Andrew French.
I want to welcome you all to the 4th annual community celebration with a theme of What Are You Doing for Others? Highlights the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who embodied the idea of service. 4 years ago, Cressy Vargo and Marquetta Frost came up with the idea for this celebration as part of their AmeriCorps Vista Year of Service. I could not be more proud of them for continuing this Albion tradition. The Albion community has once again come together to show how the dream still lives throughout our community. Tonight's speakers and performers pay tribute to Dr. King and will also showcase the talents and commitment of our community in moving towards harmony and social justice. Make sure to stay tuned after our last speaker for closing remarks and a post-event challenge from our organizers. Our first speaker is Mr. Robert Dunklin, president of the Albion branch of the NAACP.
To organizers of this event, this great program, I bring you greetings from the Albion branch of the NAACP. My name is Robert Dunklin, the president of the local branch of the NAACP. To the members of this great organization of Albion, I would like to say thank you for your commitment and your dedication. Today, we reflect and celebrate Martin Luther King. As a child growing up in the South, I remember not being able to sit on the front of the bus. I remember not being able to read from a book that wasn't purchased by my parents. I remember growing up as a young teenager, not being able to sit at a lunch counter to have a bowl of ice cream. For 111 years, the NAACP have been working throughout America, registering, mobilizing, and getting people to the poll to vote. In 2020, the NAACP worked with other partners to educate and to mobilize the voters throughout this country as we face voter suppression. The NAACP texted 16.5 texts, called 675,000. We mailed 4.5 million mailings, 400,000 emails, and 18 million expressions on Facebook. I remember Martin Luther King, probably in his last book, he stated, "Where do we go from here? Chaos or community?" Dr. King showed us how everyday people could come together to fight for a righteous cause. It is time for us to come together and fight for a righteous cause. Each year, the NAACP, through generous donation, is able to give scholarships to our outstanding students. The 21st century game-changing things that NAACP will be moving forward with. Economic sustainability for all people. A free, high-quality public education for all students. Health, equality for all America. Police reform. We will work and we'll fight. And when we fight, we win.
Thank you, Mr. Dunklin. Next, we will hear from our newly elected Mayor Pro Tem, Nora Jackson.
First of all, I would like to give thanks to Marquetta Frost and Cresses Vargo, the Harrington Helpers, for inviting me to the 4th annual MLK community celebration and allowing me to have words and expressions. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream and was not afraid to stand for his dream. His speech, "I Have a Dream," provided wisdom that still holds true to today. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also was known for some of his famous quotes about kindness, courage, unity that would give inspiration and still inspire us today. His speech of his dream that one day in a certain city, like Black boys and Black girls would be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. Also, his speech, Dr. Martin Luther King said, "With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day." Dr. Martin Luther King didn't only speak about Blacks and whites. His faith included all God's children. Dr. Martin Luther King's speech including having faith in the day when all God's children, Black men, white men, Jews, Gentile, and Protestants and Catholics would be able to sing with new meaning, "My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountain side, let freedom ring." This was part of his dream. I have a few powerful inspiration quotes from Dr. King. "Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is a participant in being of love." Another one, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Let no man put you so low as to hate him. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward." A few of his quotes in his speech, "I Have a Dream," have had an impact on my life as an African American woman, being involved in our community, being able to do community work with diverse community, working with the school systems, an entrepreneur, nonprofit owner, a children's church leader, as well as being voted in the city council by the precinct number 3. Dr. Martin Luther King's speech, "I Have a Dream," has come alive, being a part of the children and being able to teach a diverse community of children and being able to see them hold hands, playing and laughing with one another, being able to love people with God's unconditional love, being able to teach character building traits that will help give our children a true education, being able to stay in faith, knowing God will make a way, being able to keep the faith, to run and not faint, being able to keep the faith and stand tall and allow justice to rule, being able to keep the faith to help make a difference in our community. Remember, these things makes us better together. Let's keep the dream alive. Always remember these 4 things. Stand firm, believe, keep the faith, and don't give up. So let freedom ring.
Thank you, Nora, for those words. Next, I would like to introduce the Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church Tehillah Praise Team as they perform Lift Every Voice and Sing. The performance will be followed by a video collage of what we as a community are doing to keep King's Dream alive.
Every voice and sing till let the devil ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening stars. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Paul and Silas, bound in jail, had no money for to go their bail. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. Paul and Silas begin to shout. Jail door open and they walked out. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on. I got my hand on the gospel plow. Wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours, it will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Oh, glory, glory.
Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined. Everyday women and men become legends. Sins that go against our skin become blessings. The movement is a rhythm to us. Freedom is like religion to us. Justice is juxtapositioning us. Justice for all just ain't specific enough. One son died, his spirit is revisiting us. True and living in us. Resistance is us. That's why Rosa sat on the bus. That's why we walk through Ferguson with our hands up. When it go down, we woman and man up. They say stay down, and we stand up. Shots we on the ground, the camera panned up. King pointed to the mountaintop, and we ran up.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Oh, glory, glory. Now the war is not over. Victory isn't won, but we'll fight on to the finish. And then when it's all done, we'll cry glory, oh glory, oh.
Selma is now for every man, woman, and child. Even Jesus got his crown in front of a crowd. They march with the torch, we gon' run with it now. Never look back, we done gone hundreds of miles. From dark roads, heroes, to become a hero. Facing the League of Justice, his power was the people. Enemy is lethal, a king became regal. Saw the face of Jim Crow under a bald ego. No one can win a war individually. It take the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord, my eyes have seen the glory.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, glory, glory, oh.
Please join me in welcoming Mr. Robert Giles, principal of Harrington Elementary, for his thoughts on the 2021 essay contest.
I'm here today to speak on the importance of MLK Day, in more particular, a community celebrating MLK Day and what it means to our community overall, and to my babies at Harrington Elementary. My 4th and 5th graders have been yearly involved in a research and writing an essay about Martin Luther King, about his life, and about his work, and about the change that were perpetuated through that work. So there are multiple layers of this throughout the school. I want folks to know as well that it is not only my 5th and my 4th graders who participate in some form of education about MLK and or some research, or that all of my kids, all of my children at Harrington from RK to 5th grade participate in some way. Their teachers make that emphasis of, if it's for my pre-K and K reading and 1st grade reading to them, or having them look at pictures and draw pictures. This event that Ms. Vargo and Ms. Frost have been the head of, per se, and making sure that this has happened now for 4 years, was a school-wide effort at times. My younger grades would make placemats for the dinner, the community dinner. I had children in classes who made table settings so that the parents and community folk who came in could see the full effort of how this was applied across the school. But in regards to my 4th and 5th graders, the essay, the research, it entails a lot of critical thinking, self-reflection, community activism, and at some point, public speaking. In the past, it was in front of an auditorium, in front of their family and friends, and getting them past the nervousness of doing that. And even now, with the alternative based on times of having to record their essay, to say it lets folks know how much work is put into that. It is important because it's important for us overall because it shows the struggles that folks of color have went through and individuals like Martin Luther King who fought for that change. Our children need to know that struggle, those that came before them, and the fight that took place for that change. And they need to understand that there was sometimes it was made in a nonviolent structure, and often were met with violence. They need to know how that applied then and how that is applicable today, and how they need to look at leaders like Martin Luther King and see if they can learn from what he learned in this struggle and apply it. These activities, they give our children the foundation they need to know about that history again and how they continue to move forward. I want to make sure that within all of this, that I reference Ms. Vargo and Ms. Frost, but I want to thank them for continuing this, for fighting to continue for this event within our community. Not only for just making sure that it's community connected for my children as well. Most of my children, and I'm not sure, but I would imagine a degree of their parents, especially my babies here now, they may know of Martin Luther King because they go to Nana's and Papa's house and there's a plate on the wall or there's a picture on the wall. May ask that question, who that is. And it is important to make sure that that focus stays, that we don't lose that my children's parents don't lose that. And then as they get older and they grow up, that their children remember that the struggle of people of color has been generational. And it is one that they have to learn from so that they can move forward. They will all grow up. I know I refer to my children, to my students at Harrington as my babies. It's a term of endearment, of love for me, because they're going to grow up and be the men and women who work for change. No, they're actually going to work to improve our nation. And I'm just proud to be a small part of that development and that overall change that's going to take place. Because again, we always say our children are our future. This is one of those small pieces that's a foundational base for them, for us, and for them to move forward and to make our community and our nation stronger. I would like to first look at giving you the names of my students at the school who were the winners of the essay contest on Martin Luther King. They are indicative of a small group of students who participated, but ones who are going to be honored tonight, and you may see their videos of their essays. For my fourth grade, I have Atura Waters, Blake Smith, Rose Beatty, Jace Fall, Elliot Nicholson, and Raylene Swan. For my fifth graders, I have Kaylin Vargo, Tashiana Brewer, and Marcus Gill. These students will be the ones who you will hear their essays and the research and their personal commitment to change.
My name is Raylene Swan. I'm in fourth grade from Harrington Elementary School. This is my essay about being like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King stopped segregation. This is how I stop segregation. If a kid of a different race is being bullied, I will stand up for them. I would explain to the bully that it is not nice to pick on someone because they are a different race. The bully might have been mean because they had been hurt by someone else. So they are taking all their anger out on that person. Even though the bully was in the wrong, I would still show them love so that they would think about doing the right thing next time. MLK did the same thing. People were mean to him, but Martin Luther King did not let the bully's anger or get the best of him. If the bully was mean to me, I would pray for them like Martin Luther King did. There are some mean people out there that might not be mean. They are just hurt from someone else. So what Martin Luther King did is he got people to show love, because it does not help if you are mean to the bully. They will just feel hurt even more. If you show them love, they might be nice. The only thing you can do for the bully is pray for them, show them love, and best of all, just be nice to them, be a friend to them, and by the end, your bully will be your friend. And that is the essay of being like Martin Luther King.
Hello, my name is Blake Smith from Harrington Elementary School in 4th grade in Mr. Parker's class. And this is my MLK essay. I used my kindness to make someone happy. I used my kindness because one time at Youth Haven, because I saw a boy who wanted my Super Mario Bros. Backpack, and I saw that he had a Paw Patrol backpack. I knew he didn't like Paw Patrol, so I knew my little brother liked Paw Patrol. So I said, sure, we can trade backpacks. So he was happy. When I got home, I gave my little brother the Paw Patrol backpack. He was so happy. I loved to see him smile. I used my kindness yesterday to help my grandma. I used my kindness to help my grandma because she made my little brother's new bed by herself. And she needed my help to bring the old bed mattresses downstairs. Then she asked me to help her, please, and I said yes. When we bring them down one at a time. She did most of the first bed, and I said I could do the next one. She said the one had handles, but they were ripping, so I tried to carry it, but it kept flipping. So I tried to pull, and I really helped. She said we got it downstairs, and I really helped. I used my intelligence to do well in school. I do math really well, and I believe myself to be really smart. I can do hard math in my head without writing it down. I'm really intelligent, and I do really well reading on Rad's Kids and reading books. When I take quizzes, I do very well, and I get good grades. Because of my intelligence, it has led me to much success. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Marcus Lamargio Jr., and I attend Harrington Elementary School. I would like to read you my Martin Luther King Jr. essay. Have you ever heard of a man named Martin Luther King Jr.? Of course you have. He was a star and inspiration to a lot of people, including me. Martin Luther King Jr. is known for his contributions to the American Civil Rights Movement in the 1960s. His most famous work, his I Have a Dream speech, delivered in 1963, in which he spoke of his dream of a United States that is void of segregation and racism. I want to continue his legacy. Martin Luther King Jr. worked hard to teach us everyone deserves equal treatment. One of the ways I continue his legacy is by being kind to others no matter what they look like and the color of their skin. Another way I continue his legacy is by using peace instead of violence to get what I want. I can also continue his legacy by doing the right thing when no one's looking. Doing the right thing when no one's looking means even if you can totally get away with something, don't do it, even if you're not supposed to. Martin Luther King Jr. stands for always doing the right thing no matter who's looking and who's not. For example, your mom has lots of money on the table. If you took $1, you probably wouldn't get caught. But if you took that $1, that would be the wrong thing to do. I want to grow up and be kind and great like he was. He was unfortunately assassinated, but when he died, some people decided to continue his legacy. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Kaylin Vargo, and this is my MLK essay for 2021, and this is how I am following his dream. Dr. Martin Luther King's dream helped a lot of people, and this is how I am following his dream and how it affects me in my community. If somebody was being hurt, I would help them. For example, a bullying situation. I would help them get out of the area of the bullying. Also, I would be nice to people and be their friend if they had no friends. I am following Dr. King's dream by making sure people aren't getting bullied in my school. In my school, I can help prevent bullying by telling the bullies to leave the people being bullied alone. If it doesn't work, I can take that person to an adult or tell them to tell their teacher so the teacher can handle the problem of the bullying. Another way to help people is to be a friend to all the people who need one and try to become friends with the people who struggle at being in a good mood. Also, another way you could follow Dr. King's work is by helping others when they are sad. Then you can try to help them to be able to overcome the fear of being bullied. Help them be able to stand up to bullies and be able to stand against them in a nonviolent way, like Dr. King's work. Another way is if someone needs help, you should help them no matter what. Even if it doesn't even matter how they treat you. Treat others the way you want to be treated. So that way, others can treat you the way you want to be treated when you need it. This follows Dr. King's dream because you cannot treat a person with a different personality differently. If I kept going on with what I could do, this might never end. Although, the real question is, what can you do in your community? You could try raising a small fundraiser so you can fix up your neighborhood. Or you can ask your principal if you can use that money on fixing up your school flower beds if they don't look too good. Of course, if you have school flower beds. Also, the money could be used to get a better school sign if you think you should have a better school sign. Or, if you don't have a lot of stuff in your back area, you could use that to try and get some soccer nets back there or something. Something better. I don't know. There are a lot of little things you can do in your community to keep Dr. King's dream alive.
Congratulations to all 4th and 5th graders at Harrington Elementary for participating in this year's essay contest. You are truly showing your Harrington best. And now, for a few words from one of this year's graduating Build Albion Fellows, Mr. Antonio Nelson.
Hello, everyone. My name is Antonio Nelson. I'm currently a resident here in Albion, Michigan. I'm also a senior at Albion College, and my plans are to go obtain my master's at Michigan State after the completion of my undergraduate degree this upcoming May here at Albion College. I just have a few words for you all. I'm a part of the Build Albion Fellows at Albion College, which is a community engagement scholarship, which serves the community here in Albion. And as the students are part of the scholarship program, we strive to figure out the things that the community here in Albion, Michigan and surrounding communities need, as well as want, and focusing on the improvements that are needed in the city, both meaningful, impactful, and also difficult improvements that may take longer for us to do. And in speaking for the Dr. Martin Luther King celebration, what I want to reiterate to you all is that Dr. Martin Luther King strived for community. He strived for community as well as unity, and he wanted us to work collectively rather than individually. And as a part of my scholarship program, me and me alongside other students, we have to work together to figure out the needs and wants of the community in order to help alleviate the concerns and issues and problems that have been written in this community. And Dr. Martin Luther King really strived for those things, and he really wanted us to focus on the problems and not complain about the problems, but rather work together in order to help our communities out and love one another. And as we can see, Dr. Martin Luther King died in 1968, and we still have many of the problems that he was addressing back then going on today, especially in last year. We had so many issues that had went on in the country. And I felt one of the issues is that we didn't stick together as a community. We rather worried about the issues that us individually had rather than figuring out the issues that the society and our communities, families, and friends had collectively in order to tackle those problems. So what I want you all to understand, and what I believe one of the messages Dr. King would have for us today, is that in order for us to move forward, we have to move forward together. Yes, there may be certain things that we can do individually, but when it comes to figuring out the things within our communities and helping our country progress, we have to move together. We have to be unified. And with the Lord, whom I serve, who is the head of my life, who is the head of everything that I have going on in my life, who is the reason that I am the man I am today, the reason that I was able to receive a 4-year full ride scholarship to Albion College, will help us move forward. And if you are a Christian, if you are one who serves the Lord, and just being a good person in general, you should want to move together. You should want to love one another. And you should, more importantly, want to do the things that are needed in order to benefit your community. Community is everything. And you may define community in any way you may define it, but I define community as family, friends, privileged, unprivileged, rich, poor, sick and shut in, and the well as well. So what I want you to understand is that the time is always right to do what is right. And that is what Dr. King said. So if you have problems or you feel like there are certain reasons as to why you can't do what is right, there may be reasons, but at the same time, you must do what is right when it's right. And when it's right is always the right time. So that's what I want you to understand, is that the time is always right to do what is right. Don't wait. You wait, there may be other issues that may spur up. So do what is right when it is right. And thank you, and I appreciate it. Bye-bye. God bless.
Our keynote speaker this evening is Jean-Taj Wallace, a 2020 Albion College graduate and a Build Albion Fellow. Raised in Albion, Jean-Taj participated in the 4-H Creative and Expressive Arts program for many years. A member of Lewis Chapel AME Church, Mr. Wallace is currently employed as a music teacher at Horton Hanover School District. Please join me in welcoming one of Albion's own, Mr. Jean-Taj Wallace.
Hello, Harrington, and hello, Marshall Public Schools and community, Albion community, Marshall community. I'm excited to speak with you all. My name is Jean-Taj Wallace, and it is an honor to be asked to speak for this celebration. Now, when I first got asked to do this, several things made me super excited. The first being that I went to Harrington Public Schools, Albion Public Schools, so your people are my people. And it just made me so excited. I graduated from Marshall Public Schools, so this whole endeavor is just so awesome to me. The second thing is that I get to talk to you all. I love talking to young people. In fact, that's why I decided to become a teacher. So this is great. And the third thing is that not only do I get to talk with you all and connect with you all, but I get to do this in such a special way, in such a unique way. We are living through some crazy times right now, but how great is it that we still can connect as a community? So, there are several things that I think are so awesome about young people. And there's two that specifically stick out to me. One is that you all dream big dreams, huge dreams. So much so that you dream better than adults do, which is why, no offense to adults, but children are my favorite because you guys are awesome. The second thing is that you are unashamed to tell us all about your dreams and your aspirations and goals and what you want to do. And how great is that for us to sit in the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Now, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also had dreams and aspirations, and we get to be, a part of his plan to make that dream come true every single day. And I think it's awesome. Now, one of my favorite things, about dreaming is after we dream these things and make them come true, what we can do with those dreams. And I want to start by saying that you all have dreams and you can for sure make those dreams come true. Never let one person tell you that your dreams are too big and your dreams are unattainable. You can do anything that you set your mind to, anything. I remember when I was sitting in your shoes and I was in elementary school, walking down those hallways, going to that library and meeting all these people. And I remember having that dream. This dream to be a teacher. And nobody ever told me that it was crazy. Nobody ever told me that I couldn't do it. In fact, I got the opposite. So how special of a place that you all get to call your school. Whatever your dream is, you can do it. Don't let anybody tell you you cannot. Don't let anybody stop you from reaching your goals. The second thing about dreams that I find so great is that it's not just you that's going to make it happen. You know the phrase, it takes a village to raise a child? That's true. And that whole village is going to back you every step of the way. And I can certainly speak for the Albion community and Marshall community because they will back you and make sure that your dreams come true. I remember stating several times how I had big dreams to go to college, to get my degree so that I can become a teacher, to play with these big symphonies and groups. And yet I got to do all those things because my village, your village that you live in, supported me so much so that they made that happen for me. So never let anybody tell you that your dreams are not attainable. And rely on your village. Tell them thank you. Come back to them. Reach out to them. Because they really are extraordinary people. The third thing about dreams that I think are amazing is that, just like I was saying in the beginning, once you reach those goals and once you make those dreams come true, it's the most fulfilling thing to give back to the community that gave to you. Now, when that's a hefty thing to do. Mr. Wallace, what do you mean give back to the people that helped me make my dream come true? You can do this in so many different ways. And Martin Luther King Jr. was right when he asked that question. What will you do for others? Just like when I was your age and I was having these dreams, I never thought that I would have the opportunity to come back and speak to you all about, after achieving the dream. And to me, this is one of the ways that I give back. To speak to you and let you know that all your dreams that you have can come true. They will come true because you guys are hard workers and you have a crazy village backing you up. You can give back through community service. Go shovel a sidewalk. Go on a newspaper route. Greet some people. Check in with them on Zoom or ask your parents to call. They love that. You can give back by speaking and mentoring to, younger students. So my 5th graders, that means going to, tutor 1st and 2nd graders and helping them out when they need help. Or, my 1st and 2nd graders, if you see a friend on the playground and people aren't being so nice to them, step in and say, hey, leave my friend alone. That's my friend. These are all things that we can do and to grow and to get better. And, the greatest thing that we all have that Martin Luther King Jr. wanted was this community. He dreamed big dreams so that boys and girls like you could all be friends and all grow up and all live in a nation where you respected one another and loved one another. And how great is it that we can continue to fight for that legacy and build upon that legacy? It is amazing the work that you all are doing even now. Every day when you go into the classroom and you see your friends and you're working at getting better and being more educated and learning those things, you make more progress for Dr. King's dream. So I'm going to leave you guys with something. The other day, my wife and I watched the movie The Help. And I think one of the main characters said it best as a reminder for all of us. And she said to her child that she was watching after, "You is smart, you is kind, and you is important." And I want you guys to repeat that. You is smart, you is kind, and you is important. Never forget that.
Thank you, Jean-Taj, for your comments this evening. Now, a musical tribute to the legacy of Dr. King with performances by the Macedonia Missionary Baptist Church, Ministries of Mime Time, Tehillah Praise Team, and the Triumphant Adult Praise Dance Team. Also performing are 2012 Marshall High School graduate and Western Michigan University senior Jaquil Short and Marshall High School senior Mary Kurtz.
Yo, what up? My name is Jaquil Short. I go by the name of JQ. I'm currently a senior at Western Michigan University studying psychology. Yeah, and I got a nice little message for you guys today. Hopefully and prayerfully this meets somebody at their point of need or wherever they need to be met at, all right? And so I'm about to start it off with a Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King quote, right? And it says, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for other people?" What are you doing for other people? And so it really don't matter what religion, what's your religious background or anything like that, honestly, because there's a rule called the golden rule that's across all religions. And it goes like this. It says, treat other people how you want to be treated. And in Christianity, me being a Christian, and which means a follower of Jesus Christ, right? It goes on to say in Galatians, it says that the entire law is fulfilled. So every 613 commandments, all of those commandments, every single one of them is fulfilled if you complete this one commandment. So it's easy to narrow it down to one, and that is love your neighbor as yourself. Boom. And so then again, I'm going to impose the question, how are you loving your neighbor? How are you treating your neighbor? What are you doing for one another? How are you helping somebody? All right. Is your life a collection of me? Is me? So you kind of sound like you warming up for a singing show, me, or it kind of sound like one of the seagulls off Finding Nemo. You're like, mine, my time, my money, my resources, mine. It's all mine. Are you hoarding it all in, or are you constantly giving it out and helping other people, whether it be with your time, your resources, your money, shoot, even words of encouragement to help uplift the spirit or help uplift somebody else? Okay, what are you doing? You feel me? What are you doing? And so I saw this quote on Facebook, or a meme on Facebook as I was scrolling, and it says, some people help other people in their free time, right? But a true friend frees up time to help people, right? So you can reflect and meditate on that however you want. I'm not saying that one's the right way or one's the wrong way to do it. No, because at the end of the day, if you're helping people, you're doing what God wants you to do. You feel me? You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be helping other people, all right? And so I know COVID is around, and COVID has been hard on a whole lot of people, and depression is going around big time. So I'm decided to perform to you guys this song to encourage you and tell you, hold on, man, hold on, keep going, keep pushing through, okay? This for all my people who don't know how to appreciate their baby steps yet, and just to let y'all know that if you're taking a baby step, you're progressing. Every progress is in the right direction. You're heading in the right direction. So you got to learn how to appreciate your baby steps, man. Nobody else finna appreciate your baby steps, for real, facts. But you have to learn how to do that 100% because you're still progressing, okay? And this also for my people who don't know how to reach out for help. They might be hurting on the inside and don't know how to be vulnerable. But I'm here to tell you it's strength and vulnerabilities. There is strength and vulnerabilities. You have to know who to be vulnerable with. 100%, but there is strength and vulnerabilities. Find your people, find your right niche of people who you can trust and who you can be vulnerable with that will help you out in your situations and your time of need, okay? And for all my peoples who life might be going good right now and you're living that good life right now, I just want to let you know, check up on your peoples, man. Check up on your peeps, because their lives might not be going good right now and they might need help or somebody to lean on or shoulder to, someone to uplift them or pick them up, okay? And so I'm going to leave y'all with this verse. This verse is found in James chapter 1, verses 2 through 3, or 2 through 4, I'm sorry. And it goes like this. It says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many different kinds, all different kinds of trials or obstacles." They say, consider it pure joy, because we know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And once that perseverance run its full course, you will be mature and complete and lacking in nothing. You won't lack in nothing. And so I had my conversation with God, and God was like, shoot, would you rather be mature and complete, lacking in nothing? Or would you rather have your blessing right now? You feel me? I'm like, oh, shoot. And he's like, you got to know that a premature blessing ultimately can end up being a curse, because you're not ready to handle that blessing. It could be the worst thing that happens. So get mature and complete. Appreciate your baby steps. Keep going, my baby. Persevere, my baby. One day you going to see it through. Woo! Long as you use your time to grow. That's my favorite part of the song I'm about to do for you guys. So I'm going to also leave you with one more MLK quote. This is my favorite Martin Luther King quote, and it goes like this. It goes, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands during comfort and convenience." That's not the ultimate measure of the man when things are comfortable and convenient for you. No, the ultimate measure of a man is where he stands during times of challenge and controversy. And that exposes that true color, that grit. Remember, when you're going through the fire, don't pray, God, please take me out the fire. No, because the fire is there to purify you. The fire is either going to burn somebody or going to purify somebody. But it all determines what's inside of you, all right? What are you made of? You heart to the core, you feel me? Now we can switch our prayers to God. Walk with me through this fire, right? Because this testimony, this fire is shaping me for what's to come. It's making me better. Fall in love with the progress or the process, not only the destination. A lot of us fall in love with the destination and forget about the process. Man, the process is the stepping stones to make you ready, to build you up, that grit, to get you ready for it, all right? And so here goes a song called Holding On, featuring Mary and Joseph Kurtz. Their beautiful voices just blessed the song, man, and made it sound beautiful, right? That much more beautiful. And so I big shout out to them. Thank you so much for helping me with the song and going crazy. And so I'm gonna perform the song for you guys. It got 3 different beats. It starts off slower, and then it builds up as we go on to each beat. They got the same sample in the beat, and I hope y'all rock with it. So I'm about to perform it for y'all, and here it is.
One way, it'll all be over someday. I've been down for so long, still I'll hold on.
I've been down on my luck, still I can't get it. I've been down on my back all day, can't get stuck. Gotta get to my feet, if you can't get here, still I'll hold on. I've been down, back, down big, way down, but never out up in my bag. Life gon' be a mess, don't get mad, get glad. If I'm on some trash, pray you come and rescue me. I'm gon' stand 10 toes down till I'm put down 6 feet, and protect me from my enemy. Cause sometimes swear he got a foothold on me. So let me shake them off so I can 8 times stump them out. I'ma ride it dying on my gas, I gotta pump it out. All your love you dump it out on me. I know you want the best for me, I gotta get it. Said you bring a lot to the table, but what if it pivot? That's why I hit your digits. Man, need to fix my connection. And your son, I'm trying to be a reflection. Watch my back for the knives, watch my feet for them snakes. Trusting you that I survive. I've been, but don't break. I fought for so long, still I'll hold on. One way, it'll all be over someday. I've been down for so long, still I'll hold on. Hooray, it'll all be over someday. Only hang my head when I pray, still been down on my back all day, can't get stuck. Gotta get to my feet. If you can't help me up, still I'll hold on. I've been down but not out. I've been down for some time, but this is the fall before the climb. So everything I got, I put it out on the line. Still I'll hold on. Look, getting closer with every step, growing wiser with every breath. Had to add a little age to my mess. Turn that boy to a message, cause L's always still for learn lessons. I've been down for some time, fell down and out. Been down on my luck, but every time that I fell down, God was there to pick me up. Been down for so long, still I hold on. I'm trying to get a grip, cause life's a tug of war against my spirit and flesh. So if I'm gonna give it, no, I gotta give it my best. Oh man, follow the rhythm of my life and I won't fold. If life is dance, I know it's better if you're back against the wall. That's if you grinding. No, I'm grinding till my number is called. Till then, I'm leaning on the side of the Lord's life. Been beating me down for so long, still I hold on. One way, it'll all be over someday. I've been down, down, down for so long, still I hold on. Hooray, it'll all be over someday. Only hang my head when I pray, still I hold on. I've been down on my luck, still I can't give up. I've been down on my back all day, can't get stuck. Gotta get to my feet, if you can't help me up, still I hold on. I've been down but not out, I've been down for some time, but this is the fall before the climb. So everything I got, I put it out on the line, still I hold on. Look, I know the only thing that's promised is death. Oh yes, I know that you can even lose if you blessed. I know that life is a test, see if you make it to heaven. So I use my words as my weapon and my else will let tell you persevere, my baby. One day you gon' see it through. What? Long as you use your time and grew. Life knocked me down so much I'm hard to the core, cause I keep saying up. Don't care how many times you fall, but if you keep getting up, you giving up. Is you tapping out? Is you staying down? If you could look up, you could get up. Pick your head off the ground. You need my head to go on, then I'll hold on. I got help and I helped others while I needed some help. You gotta do unto others as you would do for yourself. Some people take your kindness for weakness to get the ups, but you can never take advantage. If I did it out love, that's on me. Take you one way, it'll all be over someday. I've been down, down, down for so long, still I'll hold on. Hooray, it'll all be over someday. Only hang my head when I pray, still I'll hold on. You've been down on your luck, still you can't give up. You've been down on your back all day, don't get stuck. Gotta get to your feet, if they can't help you up, still you hold on. You've been down but not out, you've been down for some time, but this is the fall before the climb. So everything you got, just put it out on the line, still you hold on. In Jesus' name, one way. And that's holding on. I'll pray my blessings your way. Just hold on and keep going.
No man cannot hinder me. Ride on, King Jesus, ride on. No man cannot hinder me. No man cannot hinder me. Ride on, King Jesus. No man cannot hinder me. Ride on, King Jesus, ride on. No man cannot hinder me. No man cannot hinder. In that right, getting up morning, very well, very well. In that right, getting up morning, very well, very well. In that right, getting up morning, very well, very well. In that right, getting hinder me? No man cannot hinder me.
Come on, sopranos.
Very well, very well.
Add that alto.
In that great getting up morning, very well.
Come on, Ted.
Very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. In that great getting up morning, very well, very well. No man cannot hinder me. 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 No man cannot hinder me.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. One day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of imposition and nullification.
One day right down in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day shall be exalted. And every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the God of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. go back to the Southwest. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
This faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to fight up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, "My country tears of thee." Sweet land of liberty and we are sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring from every...
Children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead their way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if
is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place, find your strength in
Our people are dying slowly every day. The enemy's trying, attacking every way he can. We gotta fight, we gotta fight, we gotta fight. You see, in this generation, materialistics swallow the minds of these innocent children, yeah. We gotta fight, we gotta fight, we gotta fight. Oh, you see the fame and the drugs, the money, the lust, the violence, the hatred, and we must plead the blood of Jesus. Oh, and I say, devil, you can't have my mind. Devil, you can't have my soul. I belong to God, and I'm fighting you up with the power of the Holy Ghost. I say, devil, you can't have my mind. No, devil, you can't have my soul. I belong to God, and I'm fighting you up with the power of the Holy Ghost. This is a war cry. 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 We got some pastors false preaching. These church folks are leaving because they're so confused about these wrongfully teachings, making a bad name for all of us Christians. So many saints are holding unforgiveness. We got nation against nation, earthquakes in various places, people living in famine, everyone's losing patience. This is a war cry that everyone needs to hear. I can feel it in the air that the end is near. Say, devil, you can't have my mind. Devil, you can't have my soul. I belong to God, and I'm fighting you up with the power of the Holy Ghost. I said, devil, you can't have my mind. No, devil, you can't have my soul. I belong to God, and I'm fighting you up with the power of the Holy Ghost. This is a war cry. 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 This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual, a spiritual, a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual. This is a spiritual warfare, a spiritual, a spiritual, a spiritual. Our souls are crying out to you, Jesus. Our souls are crying out to you, Jesus. Our souls are crying out. Our souls are crying out. My soul is crying out to you, Jesus. My soul is crying out to you, Jesus. My soul is crying out. My soul is crying out. This is the war cry.
hope you enjoyed tonight's performance. The theme of the evening was, what are you doing for others? Tonight you saw examples from youth from Harrington Elementary of what they do for their neighbors, their friends, and their family to make Martin Luther King's dream true. You also heard from our keynote speaker, John Tosh Wallace, and he spoke about his living the dream now, and he is living the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King. We also appreciated the Build Albion Fellows from Albion College, and you heard from Antonio Nelson, who is graduating this year, and we are so proud of the graduating seniors from the Build Albion Fellows. They dedicate 4 years to nothing but doing service. So we are so proud of all of them, and we really enjoyed the entertainment, and I hope you did too. And so we just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight, but there's a little bit more that we want to talk about.
As some of you may know, Albion is a city rich with volunteerism and philanthropy. And while some of that was changed this year due to COVID, tonight we want you to take a moment and reflect on the words that you heard and think about how you can still impact your community. While we recognize that you may have to do things a little bit differently than you would have in the past, Marquetta has some great ideas on how you can serve in your community.
Yes, some of the great ideas come right from Dr. Martin Luther King. As Dr. Martin Luther King was trying to make a change in the 60s and 70s, he didn't just do it with just adults. He included youth in making that change. Young people today have access to technology, and they know a lot more about how to navigate on the social media platform than a lot of us more mature people. So he brought those young people to the table, and they helped him make that change. So what are you doing to help young people make a change for the better? We need to take kids to meetings with us. We need to invite them into the conversation because they have ideas and they can really help us make a difference. Other ways that you can get involved is join the NAACP. You've heard from Robert Dunklin, who's the president of the Albion branch. You can get involved. You can help fight for freedom. You can help fight for the vote. We really made a change this year with the vote. And if you vote, your vote really does count. So connect with your local Albion branch NAACP. Maybe you want to volunteer with Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, 4-H. All of these programs really enhance young people's lives and help them to become the real leaders that we're looking for today.
Yes, tonight we would like to challenge you to think about how you can mentor the youth in your life, in your community. And that looks different for each one of us, but together we can help raise the next generation and make lasting change in our world.
Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's program. And again, on behalf of Cressy and myself, we had a ball. So make sure you do something for others and make a difference in someone else's life. Have a good night.
Good night, and thank you again to the Michigan Community Service Commission for generously sponsoring tonight's event.